how do you say this? Hey everybody, I've had quite a few amount of people ask me, do I have a YouTube channel? Do I have any videos? Are there any recordings that they can use to study or to learn from? So I finally decided to get my feet wet and just bite the bullet, start uploading to YouTube. This is a video of a 2.5 hour recording from with two of my students. I chopped it up to only be the first two analysis. I'll upload once today, once tomorrow, and I'll try to do that pretty consistently over the next 30 days. If this is something that you guys think you want to be a part of, you'll have the opportunity to do that through the Discord link in the description below. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you learn something. This is just what I currently have. Uh, I actually had somebody text me about it. They were entering a bunch of longs. I don't know why. People love this stock. They always believe in it. There's this huge drop right here. I just can't. We can't bank on it reversing just because it's a cool name. So I drew this up on this day. Anytime you see any of the highlighted zones, this is the start right here as soon as it begins. Right here, I entered it was either I believe a bear call spread, and I covered it all the way down to not to 110, I did to 118, and then I did single leg puts down to 110. And then 110 to 196, I did bear call spreads again. So this is how I have all of it set up. I wrote this down, one setup. This was another setup, and then this was a third setup.
What do you do if it breaks the 96?
What do I do for breaks 96? I mean, right here, this is super clean. Anywhere 80, what is that? 86.35. Let's call it 86 and a quarter. And then this half right here, let's call it 88 and a quarter. So 86 and a quarter to 88 and a quarter would be my next target. Below that, right here, see how clean this is? This is the first one I just referenced, 86 and 88 and a quarter. And then this would be the next one. This is just a top, broke through, strong momentum that broke through. There's a little retest, never broke back down, so that's why I'm targeting it. That was the first one. This would be the second one. So that's exactly what I would look at. Just like this. Price is already pinching down.
So why did you make those zones rather than just levels like you did on the other ones?
So let's go to the most recent one that we're going to visit. This was tested somewhere. I know this is somehow a structural low. If I'm covering everything like that, this is somehow a structural low, right? It's the next low. There's nothing else lower than it. Pull a little bit like this. What broke through it? Strong momentum broke through it. Why did strong momentum break this area? Because it was the previous high of somewhere else during this time period. So here's a high, here's a strong momentum that broke it, and here's the low on the retest. I know that when I'm looking like this is the nearest low because this one's already being tested right now, right? Right here. So where's the next one? It's right there. Scoot over. Why is it there? There was strong momentum that broke through it. Why did it take strong momentum? That was a previous high. That's the exact same setup for the next one. Here, if I'm looking like this, here's a new structural low, right? Assume price came all the way down here. We have to look over. This is the new low. Why is it the low? Strong momentum broke through here, right? Breaks through, and we see why, because it was a previous structural high on somewhere else. You're going to rinse and repeat that. Again, you go like this, you're going to see it right there. And then you have this momentum. This is the high, momentum, breaks right through. So you can do it again for the next one. Do you understand that? How I found these?
Yeah, I think so. So it includes the previous high and low.
Yeah. Here's current price. These are the lows it's testing. I need a new target. That's what you asked me. What's my next target? I just pull the screen a little bit. There's my next target. And then this will be in the video so you can just rewatch it as many times as you need. Strong momentum broke through this area. Why did it take strong momentum? Because it was previously a structural high. This is 2023. I wasn't trading it then. What happened here? I don't really care. Technicals show me a strong momentum. This is a price that somebody cares about. I don't care who it is. So that's how I know that this will be some form of significance. Is this something you were looking to enter in?
Yes.
Do you already have any entries in here?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you have any other questions about this structure? You can repeat as many questions as you want. If you don't understand something I'm saying, want me to phrase it differently, I can do that as well. That's not a problem.
I think I get it.
Okay. What do you guys want to look at next?
Can we do NVDA? NVDA?
So what is your question on it?
Um, I don't know. It's like today was up and downs. Just
Ups
looking
and
for the
downs.
next target I could hit.
Okay. I don't remember if I sent a trade in the Discord, but this was something that I took a spread position on. I did not wait for it to get all the way down here. I closed it early. Why did it move like this? I got no idea. Yeah, this seems like some type of fundamental was it was going one way. There was some news announcement. Market got scared, so that's why this candle's got these wicks on both ends and it's very full and inverted. And then the next one just completely filled it right back up. But uh, I wasn't paying too much attention to NVIDIA today. If this is something you want to look for in the future, it's got clean step up structure, so it's leading right into here. This is not something I consider bullish at all. Uh, I would kind of zone it like this though. So we have to assume every time we look at something that we're not in it, right? Otherwise we probably wouldn't be looking at it. So this right here is just going to be a gray area. I just call them DNTs. And then just based off what I have already drawn, this would be the bullish target to 118 and a quarter. This would be the bearish target. I'm not going to fill in the bearish target all the way through this zone, just because it this is more than enough room to make a profit off of. I don't need to extend it all the way down here and get greedy. I can make money right here. Where does it say sell zone at? Okay. For the bulls, I would try to look for a higher target. I'm probably going to look somewhere right here. I might zone it like that. Just, oh, I completely forgot. You asked why do I do zones instead of levels. Zones can capture highs and lows way better than a level can. I like levels when it's just lows. So this line right here was likely originally drawn to only be like this, just to cover low and low. It was extended all the way over here just because as time moves on, I like to extend my levels so that I can keep up with my past analysis. Zones capture highs and lows way better, right? Here's a low, here's a low. This becomes a high, this comes a breakthrough, retest up there, right? So I get all of this structure, whereas if you just drew one line through here, that my original line would probably be like about right there. It's it's capturing a lot of it, but see, a lot of people would then consider this they're like, oh, it's a breakout. It's gonna reverse. Well, no, it didn't. And in fact, almost immediately it went back down, and then it retested again. And now people are like, oh, it did like some form of fake out because the banks just want to hit your stop loss, and now it's gonna break out. And then people are gonna think it's gonna shoot up now, and of course, no, it didn't. It broke back down. So that's why I do zones. I need highs and lows, and I need as much price movement as possible. A skinny little line is not going to do it for me on most situations.
Okay, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
haven't used any zones yet.
yeah. Honestly, if I could get rid of lines completely, because you can make the zone as thin or as thin or as thick as you want to, right? So you don't even need lines. They just look really clean. When price only makes one or two touches, it's a lot easier to read like that. I would extend this bulls right back up to there. Again, I'm not going to go all the way to the top of the zone. I don't need to reach. I don't need every dollar. This was the area that people were interested in. So this might be all there is to squeeze to the upside. And I don't think this is a good enough target. And I think this is a very far stretch. On top of that, I'm not going to look for longs at all just because this little step up structure is developing, because the indicator tells me it is bearish, right? So just because it's bullish on this time frame like this, it is not bullish at all. So that immediately I would not look for longs.
So how does the time frame tell you it's not bullish?
This has underlying functions happening. I just want a clean chart, so I put them into a display table, and now I don't have to do any extra work. There was a time where I would sit down, I had a notebook, I would do the 28 major currency crosses, the three major US markets, gold, dollar index, and the oil index, and I would do pages of notes on the different time frames and the trends, and I would chart all of this every day. It took me hours. And then after, I want to say 3 years of that, I put it all into an algorithm, and now it is finalized into this little table. It's doing a bunch of functions underlying, but you'll never see them. It's everything's here for you. It's automated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Were you looking to go long or short on this?
I currently have a short on it.
Okay, well, at least you're on the right side of the market. I guess if you wait for it to come up here, you can get a better, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
extend your area to be like that, but uh, yeah, right now it looks pretty choppy. Ideally, I'd probably make it look like this, and even further actually. Let's go like that, and then I would let's go like this. Did I have a pass target? My pass target's all the way up here. That to me is way too far. But see this is a low, strong momentum, and this now becomes a high. So I might look for somewhere in between there, maybe like that. I'm missing this high right here, but I'm sure if I go to a low time frame, this little wick right there becomes some form of structure and I can match it there. I'm just doing this for simplicity though, just like that. This to me is ideal for untradable, going short, and then this right here is my small little long area. You can make it larger, but again, overall market sentiment is not telling me that it's going to go up too high. At least not now.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
If you look in the Discord, I sent a picture. Like it broke trend today. Do you think it'll just? Do you think that was from news, and it'll go back in, or
What is it? That's like the 10
what?
minute time frame. Is that a 10-minute time frame?
I believe so.
Yeah. For a lot of the structure, I remember, I think you guys sent Home Depot yesterday, right? All of that I drew up on the daily time frame. I like the weekly, I like the daily, and I like the 4 hour. Anything below that, I'm not a scalper, but if I was, that's what I would use the lower frames for. Even 1 hour is kind of a little sketchy. Uh, I just I don't trust it as much. So, I mean, where would that line be on this chart? Would that be like this? Is that kind of
I
what you
think
had
so.
done?
Yeah.
Maybe if I go like that, but then we have this like breakout here. So let's just say it starts here. Yeah. I guess if this is an area of interest for you, I would now, because it's above this line, start creating higher highs. So this right here is the most recent lowest low. This right here follows a high momentum, which got like triple momentum, and then restructured as a low. So I got lowest one, restructured as a low, and then where's my next level I can make? What, maybe like, I kind of like this one. Just like that. So now you're pinching price. If I could restructure this, I would. Let's just delete it and redraw. If I was a low time frame trader, which I'm not, so this is, don't take this as the gospel. I would now make this my untradeable area, and I would make this my bullish area, and anything below that I'd be a lot more confident in that this is the bearish area. And the buy zone, I mean, now these areas become a lot more respectable in terms of how much money you can make. Um, but your structure and the integrity of the direction and your confidence is going to be a lot lower just because of the time frame. Do you have any questions about it?
No, I think I got most of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Pooh.
Can you look at IBM?
IBM. All right, guys, so that's going to be it
Yeah.
for this video. Once again, we did continue to go on for about another hour and a half. I'll get another video uploaded here shortly. If this is something that you guys want to be a part of in the future, again, the Discord link is going to be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and stay blessed in the markets.